that. When it's a conference showdown, the stakes are even higher. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Cardinals will get us underway with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. He leaves it with the back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Might be changing the route. Off the play fake on 1st down. That's caught. It's Marshall. Turning it on. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
The quarterback just needs to settle down. He looks like he's just too excited right now. He had his receiver wide open down the field and just put way too much mustard on that throw, overthrowing an open guy. That should have been 6.
Quick handoff. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Fires left. Pulls it in. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Power football with the run. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Creates a little room. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. They'll ride the hot hand. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Wants to go up top. Spits it out to the back. And his throw is incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. The running back has it. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Offense facing fourth down. Number 21.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Hauser. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Got it behind the line, it's Powell. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The Cardinals have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to throw again. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Gonna let it fly. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Cardinals will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. A little sluggish out of the gate here. They've had to punt it away on each of their first 2 possessions. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Fires to the big fella. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up third down. And wait a minute, third down now becomes, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyways, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
It'll be third and long.
Important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football. But the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Grbac, and the guy can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
And the Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Trying play action. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it in the middle. It's Marshall. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. He'll pitch it. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Tight end now in motion. Finds his man. It's Marsh. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on third and long. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. The Wolverines had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. The throw. Zings it complete to the right. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gives it on the option. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And in these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on a hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
And how about that? That's two really good plays in a row by this defense. They gave up a lot of yards to get down here, bowing their necks up. It's most important when you get in this area. Second and goal now, they get the big stop.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ballgame. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And what a change in momentum. It looked like the offense was going to score points. Not only does the defense pick it off, but a great individual effort on the return, now setting their team up in field goal range to try and steal 3 points before the end of the half.
Running back searching for a hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Right on the money. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
So now it's 2nd and long. Just keep swinging it. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting the quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
The hand to the running back. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the 1st down.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. They run the reverse. Fighting off the defender. And the defense was ready when the receiver tried the tricky run.
And you got to love this if you're the defensive coordinator because your defense stayed disciplined. They didn't over-pursue to the running back. They stayed home, played great with their eyes, and they were able to make the tackle.
Skips away from pressure. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This defense so far, they've understood the mission. The mission is to get this fast, speedy quarterback on the ground. And they've got to him early, they've got to him often, and most importantly, they continue to get him on the ground and create these negative plays for this offense that creates a big hole for them.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. So the big blitz on 3rd and almost unmanageable now leaves him in 4th and pretty much impossible.
Perfect job by the defense, being aggressive, taking advantage of a known passing situation, catching the offense a little bit off guard. Maybe they thought they were going to play a little bit more conservative, but the blitz gets home, and they get the quarterback for the sack.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Got the 1st down and more. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Using the quick game. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Looking deep. Grabbed over the middle. It's Powell. Gashes the heart of the knee. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
We always talk about yak, and that was 3rd and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that can do things after the catch, any play could be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. Time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. The corners are walked up tight. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Michigan stole their winged helmets and possibly their fight song from Princeton, but they are giving an Ivy League level education in defense today.
Yeah, and stealing their hearts, just ripping them out, not giving them anywhere to go, no life. This offense has no answers because Michigan's out there just destroying them, giving them a education.
To keep it in the air. Got a man. It's Bray. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Powell. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
The RPO, quick throw to the right. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put... Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
right back to the well. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Oh, he's got a chance. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And that hurts on defense, giving up the first on the ground like that. We're in a one-possession game. You've got all 3 timeouts. I think you got to start burning them here to save some clock.
And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. Motion from the wideout. The give to the tailback. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, that's a fortuitous bounce because we know this guy already fumbled earlier in the game, David. He's got to do a better job with 5 points of pressure on that ball.
Or he's going to be sitting on the sidelines. Coaches are not going to continue to trust you if you're going to continue to put the ball on the ground.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. Wide receiver comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Grabbed in the middle, it's Marsh. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. The Wolverines started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. The give on the counter. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on 1st down. Got the tight end outside. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to throw on first down. Here's the heat. Makes the grab. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, there have been way too many incompletions for this offense in this game. It's a big reason why they're trailing, obviously. They've never been able to get into a rhythm, and at this juncture here on a 2-minute situation in your own end, you got to find ways to start throwing completions somewhere out on the field to get back in this game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Hughes. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. He's taking the shot. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Brought down at the 30 on the return, and his defense has set them up in scoring position.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.